I want to do a podcast about pie.
3.14?
No, pastry-encrusted meals, you fool.
Oh, so you mean like pork pies, steak pies, chicken and leek pies?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you say that?
I did. I am.
Well, you can't say pastry-encrusted meals. You need to say pies. It's a more broadly recognised term.
Yeah, don't worry about that now. Pastry chops are out, though, not a pie.
Empanadas? They're pastry-encrusted meals.
I think you mean pies.
Yeah, don't worry about that now.
Anyway, are you interested?
In pies? I've dabbled.
Great. Should we do one now?
Can I just check? Do you have pie?
No. Hello and welcome to Movie the Needle, a podcast where a pair of amateurs haphazardly dissect a film that one of us likes and one, well, not so much. My name's Simon, and I am in our shed with my good friend Carl, and we'll be explaining our opposing viewpoint and seeing whether we can movie the needle for one another. This week, it's Ang Lee's 2012 spiritual survival adventure, which sees a young man survive a disaster at sea only to be stranded on a lifeboat in the Pacific with only a Bengal tiger for company. Cannibalistic islands and angry Frenchmen ensue. It's Life of Pi. Sorry. Carry on.
Oh, it's the fan on the laptop.
Oh, wow, that's really loud.
Yeah, you know, because they're they're obviously tiny and slimline and low profile. So when they do kick in, they're like fucking.
Okay, so dear listeners, if you hear a weird background noise, it's Carl's laptop fan. Because it's struggling in what is...
It's pretty warm.
Oppressive heat in the pod shed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, oppressive heat everywhere, but especially the pod shed.
Yeah. I've got a game for you, Carl. Later, obviously.
Yeah, good.
I've sent you the details of said game that you're going to need, which you've not been allowed to look at.
No.
I have called it Strife of Pi.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I've gone rogue with the format. I've not copied a previous format. I've just come up with this out of my own head.
Right.
Could lead to wrong things and not good things happening.
It's led to wrong things.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But, there is a game.
Yeah.
I was pleased today, whilst I was doing some prep this morning, Emma and Theo were outside washing the car. So I was pleased for two things.
I feel like there's a Simpsons joke in there somewhere.
Oh, I know.
Marge washing the car. While
not
Homer's
one I'm
got his
familiar
feet up. There's something.
I didn't have my feet. I was working hard on the pod.
Yeah.
But anyway, so pleased because the filthy car was getting cleaned. Excellent.
Yeah.
Also pleased because Emma let out a kind of inadvertent movie quote in real life. So Thea was a little concerned that an insect was going to be drowned that was on the car. And Emma just goes, if he dies, he dies.
Nice. Yes. Very good.
And then she said, it's his own stupid fault, which I said, or she.
Yes, good. Yes, we like that.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. That was nice. Nice little soundtrack to the pod notes.
Yeah, that's good. I'd like to talk to you about pants.
Sure.
Have you heard of a company called On That Ass?
Yes, I've got some free pants from that company once, and they are not very comfortable.
Interesting.
I didn't continue with the subscription model of pants.
This is what I want to talk about, right? Because I signed up to get a free pair of pants, and let me tell you, it was not fucking clear I was signing up for a subscription.
Well, wasn't it?
No, because because I did it on my phone, and the way that the website that I was referred from phrased it is you just have a free pair of pants.
And you didn't think, oh, that's weird. Why would they give something away for free?
Well, I know that ultimately they're trying to sell something, right? And then it's like, oh yeah, we just need your bank details to verify, your identity or whatever, right?
And, take all the money for the subscription.
Yeah, but that was on a window behind that I had not yet seen.
Right.
So I follow a link, I go to a website, and immediately this pop-up comes up for just pop your bank details in for these reasons. And it's only when I click the button to go, yeah, here's my bank details, take 00 out of my bank. That window disappears and then greyed out in the background goes, you sign up to a subscription. I'm like, you cheeky fuckers. Logged on. Oh, I'll just cancel that straight away. You can't.
No?
You literally can't.
Pretty sure I did.
Nope, you did not. Because I
haven't been getting pants or paying them. So.
I'm not saying you can't cancel it, Simon. Listen to what I did say. You cannot cancel it straight away. Right? I went to cancel it straight away. You can't do it. Because they go, oh, it looks like you're within you're waiting for some pants. Then you'll be in a 7-day trial period.
Sure.
And then you can cancel.
So you've got a window.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's a load of shit. So I'm like, I'll just ring them. There's no fucking phone number. Right? There's a live chat, which is just a fucking useless chat bot. Yeah. And it goes, do you want to speak to a person? Yes. All our agents are offline at the moment. Are they? Right. So that's a no-go. And then it goes, you can send the question in and it will be answered in 24 to 48 hours. Right? So I did that. I was like, I want to cancel this immediately. Right? Don't be giving me any of this. Oh, just wait for this shit. Cancel it now. It was not clear what I was signed up for. It's misleading, yada, yada, yada. You send that, and it goes, thanks for that. We aim to respond within 7 days. What?
Miss your window for cancellation. That'd be great.
Fucking cunts. Right. So I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm chuntering away to the missus going, this is probably not even legal. Like, literally not being able to cancel it. So then the next day, I was like, I'll try this fucking online chatbot again. Not there. So the day after that, I do actually get a response. This is day 3 now, right? And it says, oh, don't worry about that. Wait until your pants turn up.
Yep.
Then you can log on and cancel. And I'm like, sorry, I reply again. Fuck that. Cancel it now, you cunts. Like, this cannot be legal. That you just like, no, you are not allowed to cancel yet. Anyway, the pants showed up. Best pair of pants I've ever had in my life.
You reckon?
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if we're the same size, but I've probably got another pair, and you worn a couple of times. So I didn't really like them.
Yeah, I think they're absolutely fantastic.
So
I now need to sign up under a false name. No, because I fucking logged on before I tried them on. They came in the post. I was like, right, logged on, cancelled the cunt. So I now need to sign up under a false name somehow because absolutely brilliant. Love them.
You're gonna sign up then?
Yeah, I mean, genuinely love them. So, I mean, I'm not sure they will sponsor us because I was quite rude in the emails.
I can imagine our podcast being sponsored by On That Ass.
Yeah.
It's on brand.
Yeah, isn't it?
Talking shite with On That Ass. You know how dedicated I am to this podcast, Carl?
Yes.
So I have done some research yesterday. Actual on-location research. I went to a zoo. I saw a tiger at the zoo. Actively went and found a tiger just so I could study it and speak about how photorealistic and everything the CGI is of this tiger. Now, I also may have already pre-booked this months in advance and stuff because I had the meerkat experience, which also appear in this movie, so also research.
Well, this is good because I had some. I mean, this was forming the majority of my production notes because I had fuck all to talk about production, but we might as well do it now. I had a question to ask you about zoos in general, so that's good. We can get into that now. And also, have you ever seen a tiger?
Well, a zoo, yes.
Yeah, well, I know that now. I guess that's really an invitation for you to follow up and give me your thoughts.
Yes, right. Well, zoos, good. So I did. The reason I booked is meerkat experience. So went into a meerkat pen, whatever you want to call it, enclosure.
Zoo's good, by the way. We're just leaving it at that.
What? This is it.
I said, what do you think? And my question was, what do you think of zoos? I was going to ask you about zoos.
Zoos are good.
Is that as deep as you go when you're just going, zoos good?
What do you want me to?
Well, it's quite a complicated issue, isn't it?
Zoos.
Animals in captivity.
Sure.
Paying for them to entertain you and all the rest of it. No?
Not really entertaining. I mean, just kind of.
Oh, they're not even entertaining.
Yeah, it's not like putting on a show.
Yeah. Well, some zoos they do literally put on shows with stuff, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, you really not going any deeper with that, no?
Oh, I don't know. I've been to some zoos. All they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Your position on this is very much fuck the animal rights issues. I very much want zoos to be they're there to entertain me.
I went to Yorkshire Wildlife Park, not a zoo, wildlife park. Right? They are saving animals.
They're free to right. Okay, well this is why it's a complicated issue, isn't it?
Okay, fine. I didn't realize I don't really want to get into complicated issues because I don't know enough and I'll sound like an idiot. Which, I know is the whole point of this show.
I'm just asking you where you are, that's all.
Where I am with most things, Carl, I don't think of it about it as much as you. And if I do, I'll probably stop doing things that I enjoy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah. So largely, as long as the animals aren't being mistreated, I'm happy with it. Fine with it.
Is lack of freedom mistreatment?
Well, if freedom is the freedom to be hunted, then,
Interesting. So what you're
taking
saying
them
is
from bad places and put them into a zoo where they are safe.
So what you're saying is we should go into the more downtrodden areas of society, take those humans out of these, poor housing estates, and put them in an institutionalized sort of safe haven instead. What would you call that? Sort of building where they could all live.
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere they could
get their meals cooked for them.
Yeah, they could
get their laundry done.
Somewhere they could really focus on something.
They're better off there, aren't they? Yeah. What would you call that? What do you think? If you had to come up with a name for it? Yeah.
Your hard work. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you a fun story about meeting meerkats.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, went into the enclosure with the meerkats, got the meerkats to climb all over
Yeah,
you and stuff.
yeah,
and
do the picture and stuff, yeah.
throw like mealworms on you, so
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're all over you and stuff. And you feed them some locusts, and it was all very nice. Did find a bit of a mealworm later when we got
Nice,
home, though.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, oh, it's just on me somewhere. That was a bit unpleasant.
I know, like the Compare the Market adverts really kickstarted the nation's love affair with meerkats, but they're very cute, aren't they? They're very fun.
They are very cute, very vocal, very just
Yeah.
It's very nice. Yeah, the zookeeper person was kind of explaining that the Compare the Meerkat thing has not done any favours for meerkats because it's basically just upped the pet trade in meerkats, and they're not really designed for pets thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so there was that. But on the plus side, our friends did see two cheetahs going at it.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, it was over quickly, quite speedy.
Well, efficient. It's efficient. Let's put it there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they were married to other people.
Yeah.
They were
Cheating.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also saw some monkeys having a right Barney, like probably running around, screaming after each other, kids flying everywhere and stuff. It's just like even a weekend with no football, I can't escape it.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere. Follows me around.
Yeah. You comparing the children's animals there? What are you saying?
Well, parents more, but yeah.
Oh, fair enough. So tigers. Talk to me about tigers then.
Tigers, yeah. I mean, they don't do a right lot. But they're impressive kits, kitty cats. But this one was there's a nice waterfall area. It was obviously quite a hot day.
Yeah.
So this tiger was sort of sat in the trees and like, oh, there it is, sort of sitting there doing nothing. And then it got up and just went and sat in the waterfall bit. I think went for a piss.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And then laid down in the water. It was like it was posing, right? You see the waterfall falling down. It just laid down majestically, looking at all people taking the pictures.
Yeah. So I've been to a place where they had a couple of tigers in an enclosure that was sort of half on land and half in the water. Running down the middle of this enclosure was this big glass screen, so you could, on the other side of it, get in the water and go for a swim, and basically just a piece of glass separating you.
What?
Which we did, great. And then we went and sat up on this like rock that was sort of semi-submerged, so we're still in the water, and then we're sort of up against the glass, and the tiger is then swimming towards you, come check you out and everything. And in that moment, it was quite cute because what you can see at that moment is this head, albeit a big head. Yeah. But all you can see is the head above the water, and then you look under the water, and it's just just these little paws, which again not really little, but like paddling towards you, quite cute. And then it gets up onto this rock nearby, and we're like posing for photos. This is brilliant. There's a fucking tiger behind us. Turn around right at the moment. Something must have upset it. Like some people going up and fucking banging on the glass. We weren't doing that, but something must have upset it, and it fucking roars and claws the glass, right? And I've never been so scared in my life because they are fucking huge.
Did the water turn brown, Carl?
And it's like, when it's like claw at the glass is sort of underselling it really. What it did was take its fucking massive paw and swing it like a baseball bat and hammer the glass. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to break the glass. I'm never going to get away. So yeah, very, very scary. Massive. Yeah, didn't go out on the water after that.
Yeah. As did everyone else. From the...
yeah, quite.
No, my worst experience at a zoo was in Budapest.
Oh yeah,
where I'm not sure the zoo was sanctioned by any authorities.
That's the downside of zoos,
because there was hippos there, and they were just there with their big mouths open, and people were just pouring popcorn into their mouth, and it was like, you could basically touch the hippo, I was just like, this is hippos are pretty
Yeah.
big killers. I've heard.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'll have your arm. That it's worse than a swan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very good.
Some people will say about swans, isn't it?
Yeah, break a man's arm, you know.
Yeah, there's always a dad somewhere. Oh, look, a swan. There's always a dad somewhere that pipes. Break your arm, you know. Then
That's from the Adrian Mole books where I first read that.
is it?
Yeah, when he said the one of the older Adrian Mole books.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, yeah. You got anything else?
No.
Oh, well, Carl, it's hot. It is sweaty. You know what that means?
Mm.
You need some new pants.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's time to unveil the podcast ale.
Not a joke. We've been very busy today, so I did change my pants before you came round.
Did you? Wow, okay. I'm not reading too much into that one.
Well, they're sweaty, not like, soiled. Right, so I've been looking forward to this episode, this beer pairing.
Is it Tiger?
It's a tiger beer.
I mean, I don't know how you thought of it.
But, Simon,
Oh.
we get to continue our exploration of the very strong lagers.
Oh.
Because this is not just any tiger beer.
Oh, no.
This is a tiger beer that I sourced on my travels in Egypt. And this is a Tiger 20%.
Fuck off. 20%? Oh, my God. Dear listeners, we're going to die.
Now, I already have shared one of these with a friend, so we only have
Just
this one to
sharing
share.
again. I mean, that's probably for the best.
Right, probably for the best. Now, I want you to commit to this, and I want you to try man it out.
Is it really horrible?
If you need it, I have got some lemonade.
Wow, is it?
Okay,
I mean, no,
give it a go. Give it a go. I want you to try. So,
I guess
I
my
mean,
question is, did you have to resort to lemonade before?
no, I didn't. No, God, no.
Did your friend?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
Oh, soft twat.
yeah. And do you know what I've said? Oh God, no. And I think I actually also might have. I tell you what, mate. We had a lot of cans that night. I don't know. So yeah, I found this in a shop in Hurghada, restaurant in Hurghada, and I'd already got like the several 8% lagers, a 10% lager, and a 15% lager, which I think you had.
Yeah. The
Was it the 15 you had?
Yeah. What's it called?
Sakara El King.
Yeah. That one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I've not seen that. What's that? And he goes, it's a tiger beer. And I'm like, all right, okay, well, I've had a tiger beer. Yeah, Tiger 20. I'm like, 20? As in 20%? He's like, yes, sir. But not really, though. It's like, yeah. Like, oh, well, how much is that? Oh, it's £1. Right, okay.
No, it's not.
I'll have a couple of... Yeah, no, it was a quid, yeah. So I'll have a couple of those to take
Tramps
away.
in Egypt must be well happy.
The alcoholic content didn't make any difference. So you buy a 4% beer, yeah, it's a quid that. What about the 15%? Yeah, it's £1. The 20%, yes, still £1. Yeah, it's weird. So there you go. Tiger, yes. Definitely, obviously, in the same stable
Yeah.
as the
Looks the
Singapore Tiger.
Tell you what, if they start serving that in curry houses, it'll get messy, wouldn't it?
But in Egypt, they brewed it to 20%. So there we go.
Oof. Okay, well, let's introduce the film. But first, I'm going to have the first sip of this beer, and I've just smelt it, and quite frankly, it's made me gag. So I'm not feeling hopeful that I'm going to actually be able to make it through this. But
Might be reaching for the lemonade.
fuck it, I can smell it from here. It's not even near.
Oh,
my...
yeah, you can strip paint with this.
Oh,
There's no.
jeez, it's not even near my face. I can smell it. Oh, it's making me have. Remember those days back when I used to like smell these weird shots that you'd have at like when you were younger and stuff. I just like, oh, I can already feel that's going to make me feel sick.
So there is a lot of like hot fusel alcohol in there, but it does have a thick caramel finish.
Fuck me.
It doesn't burn as much as you expect.
Quite burny.
Yeah.
It doesn't burn on the throat though. It burns on the tongue.
Yes, that's fair. That's the
Oh, thanks.
Mm.
It's good shit.
Yeah. One of them. I think this might be. I think surely this is the
It
peak.
can't get stronger. Like an actual,
A lager.
yeah, an actual can of.
Yeah, like mass produced.
Yes.
Like the fridge full of these things. There were a can of mass produced lager. I would think it's topping out here, isn't it? This is the pinnacle. Is that the right word?
I mean, it's a word. Anyway, let's introduce this film. So we are talking Life of Pi. But before we get to what we each think of this movie, a quick reminder of our rating scale. A simple 5-point scale.
Simple 5-point scale.
You either really like it, you're ambivalent, you don't like it, or you really don't like it. So, Carl, where are you on on the
I don't
cinema.
like it.
You don't like
I
it.
don't like it.
So, fucking hell, this beer's repeating the movie. I like it. The film.
What's not to like?
I like
Beer,
it.
good.
Good.
Alcohol, good.
Yeah. So Life of Pi, I like it. So the reason that I like it, and let's start with although, it does start off as a bit of a gentle, sweet, almost twee film. Once the action kicks in with the shipwreck and the survival, I think it brings all of that sort of earlier, gentler stuff into focus, more relevant, becomes not just an enthralling adventure story, but even poses a few questions and has a little something to say about faith and humanity. So adding a little bit of substance to the undoubted style. Now, as an adaptation of a book, I think it's very successful, and when you add in that visual mastery that Ang Lee brings, it turns this into a very good movie for me. Carl, what don't you like?
Fast passes at theme parks. Doesn't even work.
No.
Not in the way that you might think I mean there, because it does work in the sense that
You get faster.
you get there faster.
Yeah.
What I mean is it doesn't even work. The reason you have these two-tier things is to subsidise everything else. So like business travel in airlines, they're like 4, 5, 6, whatever, more sometimes, times the price. And that's brilliant because that then creates affordable travel for everyone else. FastPass doesn't do that. It literally just goes, if you're a cunt and you want to splash some more money, you can have a better time and watch all the plebs as you walk past them. Make it more, get rid of it, or make it way more expensive, and then actually it'll give some benefits to everyone else.
And the film?
This could have been enjoyable in the cinema, which I did not watch in the cinema.
I did.
Yeah. Because it's got that sort of epic, vibrant tale. I get it. I do think it falls a little flat at home, honestly. All of that side of it. But, we can get into that in production or whatever. Plot-wise, it does fuck up the most interesting thing they had going for it. It's interesting what you just said, because my suspicion is actually that Ang Lee only really wanted the film to be about that epic, vibrant ride thing. I don't think he was interested in the rest of it. If he was, I'd have to ask him, what the fuck was he doing with it? Overall, not for me, mate.
Oh, it's relatively short for you, Carl. This beer is fucking horrible, by the way.
Come on, don't be a pussy.
I mean, I am going to be.
It's not that bad.
It actually burns.
It doesn't actually burn.
My eyes. My eyes.
Yeah, it's hotter on the eyes than it is on the throat. I'll give you that.
It's not even our throat. It's the mouth. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, let's get to the plot. And dear listeners, I have had to resort to the lemonade.
He's gone early on the lemonade.
It's genuine. Like the jump from the 15 to the 20% beer is it becomes not like beer anymore.
Well, look, you've watered it down to 10% now.
Yeah, let's see what that's
a mere
like.
10%.
I mean, it still stinks. Oh, it's the smell of it. The other ones smelled like beer. This just smells like ethanol.
Yeah.
I mean, you've downed it.
Yeah, well, seasoned alcoholic.
I mean, now it just tastes like horrible lemonade.
Well, Pimm's.
Yeah.
Pimm's, you mean?
Oh, this is the most unpleasant beer you've ever brought. Well done.
Good.
Anyway, we're going to kick things off with the plot. As a reminder for those, if you've missed last week's or last couple of weeks, can't remember when we started this, we're moving things around a little bit. Still the same sections, just a slightly different order. And we're kicking things off with plot. And I'll be honest, Carl. Been a while since I've seen this movie. Definitely saw it at the cinema. May have rewatched it once outside of the cinema. But this is, 13 years old. I don't know if I have seen it since the cinema, thinking about it.
When did you read the book?
Before that.
Before the cinema? Ah, interesting.
Yeah. So I read the book first. I think it might have been a holiday read. I think it was pretty good.
I think that makes a little bit of sense, because I think you've got an idea of this, and then you've gone in the movies and in addition to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it makes it very easy for you to then give the movie credit things that actually the book's doing.
Saying that, this is a lot more heavily faith-focused than I remembered. As in, like, the whole first section, there's a lot about, like, faith and him going through different religions and bits like that, which I was just like, I did not recall that part at all. And obviously with the adult adult Pi, he's talking a fair bit about faith and belief and stuff like that. And again, hadn't really remembered that. I remembered the main points and the more stylish side of things and the epic.
Really.
What do you call it? Vibrant.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah,
It's pretty.
It's very visually stunning.
Yeah, it's almost over the top, isn't it? Like,
yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
I don't say that as a criticism.
No, I know.
I understand what he's going for, but yeah.
Yeah, so I remembered those parts more than the sort of more intricate story beats, as it were, that were away from the main plot line. But yeah, it was interesting coming back to see it again.
I've got to say it's really quite slow to get going. I was bored as fuck until the sinking.
Yeah. So I mean, I see this split is in terms of like story and plot wise, which I know are different, but I still don't understand. Into like the childhood pre-shipwreck part.
Yeah.
Then you've got like the whole survival piece, which is the main bulk of the movie and when it really kickstarts in. And then you've got the sort of tidy up at the end,
which is
not three
really brisk.
Yeah, it's not three equal parts, but it's like.
And this is why I say like I feel like he is not interested in the underpinning. Sort of the underlying aspects of it. I think because it's the first section as you describe it. Okay, it's not brisk, but it's definitely not the focus. It's all set up.
Yes,
the meat of it is so heavily skewed towards the vibrant adventure survival story as he's telling it, and then it's so quick at the end. I'm just like, oh, what's he doing there? I think. And I just think that's not what he's selling. I think he's selling the big cinematic adventure. Let's do that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fair. Yeah, I think that's probably his primary focus on it.
Yeah.
I think interesting, you sold it when we just sort of briefly chatted about it pre-pod over coffee or on the way to coffee, that you said like, oh, there is the twist that comes. I was like, oh, I hadn't really ever thought of it as a plot twist, as it were, but I guess it is kind of
because it hardly is in the film. It's almost like an afterthought.
It comes at the end, and I think it's the way I see that part is it's more of a that's what stayed with me like when thinking back about it, because then you kind of think about all the other parts of me and go like, oh, okay, right. You look at it from a slightly different angle and how that's either been led up to it or referred to on the down low kind of thing. I don't know. That didn't make any sense, but let's walk through anyway.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll come back to that because I have some thoughts on that. But okay. Yeah, let's do a walkthrough.
So he obviously uses the interview format to sort of tell the story. So a little bit of sort of looking back from the adult Pi to childhood and sort of setting that scene, as you say, leading up to that.
And of course, you'll love this because we get a voiceover.
I love a voiceover, me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I thought it's quite the beginning bit's quite heavy-handed in the way that they deal with it, because it is an adult just describing a childhood, and then you're seeing the childhood thing kind of play out. Yeah. But I actually thought quite effective at kind of building a connection to the adult Pi, and then ultimately the sort of young adult teenager. Who is the one that gets stranded. Now, the young children can't really build much of a connection to them. They're just kind of there just to progress things on a little bit. What did you think of the interview format?
I'll say, like, as a general note, my position on this film, it was a bit slow to get going for me. I don't fully get into the whole adventure piece of it, but I totally see why people would. I don't really feel terribly strongly about disliking this film. But that being said, I don't think the whole first section is necessary at all, because it doesn't add anything to the story other than to go, which is one of my criticisms of the plot is, we're just going to get you to like this guy. And I don't need that, and it spends a long time doing that, and to me it's not the point of the film as is, because so much of it is devoted to the actual adventure. It doesn't trust the. It's not the young Pi, is he? He's like the old young Pi.
Medium Pi.
Medium Pi, yeah, yeah. It doesn't really trust him to be able to sell his story during that struggle. And what he's doing all the time, and you know I love when films talk to their audiences, all the time it's going to the audience, you like this guy, you like this, you should like this guy, you should like this guy, you should like this guy. And I don't like what he's doing at all. It doesn't. I would quite happily have lost it.
Yeah,
entirely.
I kind of agree that the young child part, like they could have shot through that in terms of why is he called Pi, Piscine, whatever. You could have shot through that quite much quicker than what you did. The bit that I think is important with the childhood pre-shipwreck bit is that he finds like his place, his love. He in India, and then he has to, just as he's found that, he's essentially that's taken away from him, right? So I found that both that part of it a little rushed and unnecessary, as well as the first part of it being a little bit long and unnecessary. But I think as the film goes on, it kind of fits with the general theme of that letting go and saying goodbye, because he is able to say goodbye to both India and the girl, something he isn't able to do with his family that he loses during the shipwreck, and is actually one of the sort of main themes that gets called back towards the end with adult Pi. They could have named them differently, couldn't they? It's very difficult.
Well, I'm gonna say you might be right. Okay, although for me, you can't be right on both counts, which you haven't spoken too much about the religious and sort of morality side of things yet. So if this is all about the adventure, which I think it is, then you might be right that section works. Because, as you've just said, we need to like the guy, we need to appreciate that he's leaving a happy life in a place he was, and, you know, that's sort of been taken from him a little bit, and then he goes through this ordeal of it. Okay, fine. I didn't get on with it. I just don't love it, whatever. But you might be right that works. If the film is about the underlying questions, I just do not think that bit of plot adds anything to the story. It doesn't add anything to the stakes, other than unless you consider the entire stakes of this film to hang on, do we like this guy or not?
I mean, I guess the first bit, which I've kind of ignored, and you say that the faith bit, that is the little child part of it, isn't it? It's building up his relationship with different faiths and belief systems.
I wonder, by the way, I wonder how if the religious people were bothered by our multi-faith protagonist.
Well, yeah, that's the part I quite enjoyed, the message that it kind of, neither is a big fan of religion, safe to say, but like the message that it comes from this, where basically it's like, well, it's all,
Well, I was going to say that in a much more negative way, because I say, well, you needn't worry, because it's all based on the same stories anyway. It's different flavours of the same bullshit.
Yeah.
But I did wonder if there was, in fact, a little bit of backlash at the time from, like, actually religious people. Like, what do you mean he's,
I think it takes a very sort of pragmatic approach to what religion is and should be. If it's going to be anything at all, you kind of go in with your eyes open and take the best bits of each of it and get the underlying messages that come from those stories, and the stories are just there, and it kind of says this: the stories are just there just to simplify and clearly sort of state the messages in there, make them more accessible. That's the whole point. They're not literal. These things don't literally happen. It's just a
that's not true though. That's not the way that religion is taught. Things are literal until they're later downgraded. No,
I know, but that is like how
that's how this film's framing it. But
no, but that is how it should be. That doesn't make any sense. Like teaching it literally doesn't make sense. But we're not going to get into a discussion.
Might a bit.
Well, fair
Go on.
So what was I going to say? Blah 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 blah. A couple of bits from the early childhood thing I want to do want to point out. Enjoyed the piscine thing. Is exactly how kids would be with such a name. Was exactly bang on. Making up your own nickname or attempting to make up your own nickname.
Bad wanker behaviour.
Anyone tried to do that?
I've worked with a couple of people.
Yeah?
Yeah, that have been like, call me this. So, no, I don't think I will, actually.
What, like, my name's Steve, but friends call me Hellboy.
Yeah, well, that sort of thing, yeah. No, that's the proper bad wanker behaviour. That it really is.
But I like that they're just like, busy.
Also, nicknames are supposed to be mostly derogatory. They're supposed to be derogatory, but with love, from your friends. But they're supposed to be taking the piss a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not like it wouldn't be cool if we call you this. That's not how nicknames work. So whenever anybody is touting their own nickname around, that tells you that it's not come from where it should have done. So yeah, bad wanker behaviour.
So I quite like those bits from the opening bit. Moving on to the survival part. So this is where it kind of really gets going for me. So the terrifying storm and shipwreck, which I thought that was done really, really well.
It's pretty decent.
I got a sense of panic and terror and chaos that was felt, which really added to with the zoo animals running wild and stuff. Just that,
it's pretty decent. I mean, I was writing a lot of this from going, oh yeah, do you know what? In a cinema, that was probably quite good, but it was pretty decent.
Yeah. Then you obviously get onto the boat itself with the hyena attacking the zebra, and then orange juice, and that all happened a lot quicker than what I remember from the book. Oh, just to go back, because I remembered as you were talking about the author, in the book, I'm pretty sure the writer is actually the author of the novel, placing himself in the book as the writer. So Jan Martel, who wrote the book, he was like a version of himself was that writer in the thing. It's not entirely relevant to the film, but just a sort of that's maybe why that thing exists at all in itself. What have I got to? Sorry.
We're at sea now.
Yeah, so obviously that it leads quite quickly, quicker than I remember, to lots of animals on a boat, a bit flow, style, to it's just the boy and the tiger. And just to point out, I do now regret having just posted on Instagram with the Eye of the Tiger that the theme song I've picked for the game is not Pi and the Tiger, which I really should have been to Eye of the Tiger. So a bit disappointed.
Yeah, Pi of the Tiger, that would have been good, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So
why don't you stew on that?
That was right there.
It was right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. Oh well.
I don't mind the whole at sea bit in general. I didn't note down it was a bit float as well. Although it has the same problem as flow, which I'll come on to. I mean, I don't think you should watch a film like this too seriously, because I don't think it works. I think if you start to pull the threads, it falls apart. Because there's something pretty sick about your family's business going kaput due to circumstances beyond their control. Drowning them on the ensuing boat ride, and then sort of asking / thanking that same overlord for saving you. But
it's kind of all written away with that's faith, isn't it? That's it.
Well, I know, and this is the problem.
But I do largely agree with you, by the way, that I think you can and probably should judge this largely just on exactly what is shown visually.
I think it only works like that. And like I say,
I think there's a little bit you can get from it, but I think largely it's like 85-90% that.
Yeah, I don't really, and I wouldn't really have any beef with people who take it as just that's not for me. And by the way, you have a really tough time convincing me to suddenly enjoy that more than I did.
Yeah.
The bits that I have no time for because I think are bad, which don't matter so much in this version of this story, are the deeper stuff. I haven't read the book, but I did read, a fair bit on the differences, and the takeaway, much more than you've said, is how much more the book leans into those questions and the faith side of it,
which I do not recall particularly.
Which is why I said, like, if you've read the book first and then you watch the film, I can see why you would naturally give the film credit for perhaps doing things it's not really doing, because you've already got a version of this story in your head.
Yeah.
And the film, and then at that point, only has to hint at these things for you to go, oh yeah, it's doing all that. For me, I don't see how someone can watch this film and think that this is really getting into all of that. And if they do, it's certainly not doing a good job.
So I said that. So when I was initially rewatching it, I hadn't remembered all of the faith part of it, and actually, I did remember the twist, as we're calling it, the
Yeah.
two versions of the story, and but when I was watching it, I wasn't really thinking about that. It's not really how I tend to watch films, thinking whilst I
No
watch.
shit,
Because,
yeah.
exactly. But like, again, on reflection, this has like been ticking around in my head a little bit, particularly when you're sort of writing the notes for it. I do find it quite interesting with particularly when it comes to the point where Pi says that, if it wasn't for Richard Parker, like he wouldn't have survived. And obviously, Richard Parker is being represented as this part of him, that wild survivalist side that is needed for him to survive. I found that quite interesting because he can't kill him off. He's needed for survival, which is it's quite explicitly highlighted, that symbolism.
Yeah, no, but hang on,
towards
though.
the end.
It isn't being portrayed like that. It's very important that it isn't being portrayed like that.
Yeah, but it's explained at the end, which then gets
Yeah,
you to
so
think
you,
back
so
on
so
and
they
reflect
so they
on it.
they retcon it to go. Oh, why don't you think about that like that?
Yeah, but I quite like that. That you then
Okay,
you can
and that-
reinterpret it as you kind of
Yeah.
looking-
So,
looking back
but that's the
on it.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's a difference, right? It isn't being portrayed like that. It's being portrayed one way, and then it's given you the opportunity to reinterpret it afterwards. My contention with the plot is it isn't really asking you to do that, because I think. So I'll say
No,
that
it's not while you're watching it through. That's
I don't think Ang Lee even wants you to do it afterwards. I think it's in the source material.
What? Fuck Ang Lee, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, you wouldn't like me when I'm Ang Lee.
Hey.
I think it might be in the source material. And again, from everything I've read, it is much more ambiguous and it treads that line, and it's asking you to sort of think a bit deeper into it. I don't think Ang Lee's doing that in this film. I think it's in the source material, so he's going to put it in, but the way he does it is he almost shows it as an afterthought, and then also tells you how to feel about it. Because he goes, which version do you want to believe? Well, it doesn't matter because the end result's the same. And more than once do they say, literally, it doesn't matter because the end result's the same.
Yeah, well, what they actually say is that the writer says, well, I prefer the Tiger story because it's a better story. And he's like, and so it is with God, right? Or something like that. Which is essentially that point of just like, well, yeah, it's like you tell these grand, impressive stories, you get essentially the same message. It doesn't matter whether it's a tiger or a boy alone, whatever, it's telling the same thing. It's just using powerful symbolism, more interesting story to get across that same thing, a more engaging story. Oh, one thing I did, I didn't notice it, but I liked it. Do you remember when the little boy Pi goes into it goes into the church and drinks the holy water, and the priest comes and goes, you must be thirsty. And the name of the tiger originally was
the guy who sold them
was called Thirsty.
Yeah,
That was the name of the tiger.
Okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, good. I mean, no,
That's
I
fine,
should have saved that for production, but never mind. This is sort of screenwriting.
Yeah, whatever.
You know.
I would have forgotten it because I didn't write it down.
Look, I mean, I think the twisting principle is a good idea. Right? I didn't see it coming because I was happy to accept that this was literally what happened. Obviously, far-fetched adventure, of course, but I was happy to say that this is him saying this literally happened. I didn't see the twist. I think what they did with it is pretty unimpressive because the weighting is way off. The whole film about a whimsical story, and then the footnote is quote unquote the real story. Oh, by the way, this might have been what actually happened, but which story do you want to believe in? Doesn't matter because we get to the same place in the end. And my problem with this film is it's almost like I'd love to explore those questions, not from a religious point of view. Well, I mean, maybe from a religious point of view to go is there real value in religion or not? But from a pure secular point of view, there's still a question to be answered about morality and ethics. Like, here's a kid just wanting to survive. If he did those bad things, which are technically bad, is that really bad? Who of us would do anything?
It's situation relevant.
But I think it's shitting all over that question because it's dropped in here as an afterthought. He very quickly moves on. There's no jeopardy because it's not like he's ever actually gonna be any consequences like the Japanese.
Yeah.
We get one line going, well, they were very angry because they wanted to find out what happened to the ship. But then also, This seemed to want to accept my other story. That was easier.
Yeah.
And so they went, it's all done within a couple of lines. It's like, right, okay.
Yeah, it does feel almost throwaway.
Yeah, so my point
I get what your point is.
Yeah, my point with this whole thing is, like, there's never any stakes in this film other than, do we like him?
Yeah, I just don't know. I just think that it wouldn't work from a storytelling perspective if they were dripping in that. Oh no, this could be all be.
Well, I mean, look, you've read it.
This and this could be this. Like
you've read it, but everything I've read about the book says it does do that more. It treads that line. It gives them much more equal weighting. It gives those versions of the story.
But it still doesn't do it until later on, I think.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. You can do that. You don't have to do them parallel.
Yeah.
You can do it at the end if you want.
It's still done at the end where. And
that's fine. That's fine. But then you're actually taking us through. To me, that's when the real story should kick off. And then we can take us through that. And then suddenly we've got stakes, we've got jeopardy, we've got proper examinations.
Right. That's a different film that he's making. Sure.
Yeah, and this comes back to my point. I don't think Ang Lee wanted to make that film. Yeah, so I think he pays lip service to that bit in the source material, but really he wants to make the vibrant adventure film.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't jive with it. That's fine. I think it's really disappointing from a is this film any good point of view that he's wasted what would have otherwise been, like I say, a twist I didn't see come in and an opportunity to explore, some really sort of deep issues and questions.
No, I mean that is kind of fair. Yeah, fair point. I will say that he does add a couple of nice bits of levity to the survival bit, because it could potentially, and as you say, it's quite far-fetched survival story thing, obviously, but it could become a little bit too oppressive and intense if it was all just like.
I'm jumping the gun and cast, but I liked him in that scene, in that whole story. I think he's good at that. And I enjoyed the competency porn side of it as well, in like finding solutions and all the rest of it.
Even when it comes to like the pissing for territory thing on training the tiger, where none of it goes as he plans, and it's kind of played for kind of laughs. And I think it's quite effective to sort of breaks the tension a little bit.
Yeah,
in a good way. All right, do you want to play a game then, Carl?
I'd love to play a game.
All right. Warning: this song is a mess, even by my standards. So beware. But this game is called Strife of Pi.
Chicken leaking, creamy fold, steak and hell with rich and bold onions, melted cheese divine. I really like me a pie. 3's a magic number. Yes, it is. It's a magic number. Somehow Carl will list in all these categories till he gets 3. It's a magic number.
Can I just say, you babbling in the background while you sing that vocal line is almost like subliminal messaging. I take back what I said before about the tiger being the scariest moment of my life. That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
It's just me reciting Pi.
Very good, right.
So, Strife of Pi.
Not Pi of the Tiger.
Not Pi and the Tiger. Pi and the Tiger would have been perfect. So, no, apologies. Oh, I'm going to be kicking myself for that for days. Everyone knows that pi to 5 decimal places is 3.14159.
Sure, yeah.
Yep. I have sent you, Carl, 6 categories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ang Lee directed movies.
Mm-hmm.
Rafe Spall movies.
Mm-hmm.
Movies featuring a tiger in the title or the film. 2013 Best Picture nominees. Words that rhyme with life. And movies set on, not under... no submarine films.
Yeah, no submarine
water.
Films. Right.
Okay. And you have to...
In the early days of the war, submarines attacked on the surface.
Well, and you have to, for each of the first 6 digits of pi, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, you have to pick one of those numbers and name that many from each category, from that category. So, for example, if you were most confident in words that rhymed with life, you would pick 9, and you'd select 9 that you were going to do. If you were least confident with movies set on water, then you'd pick one of the ones and just have to name one of them. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to see how many of the 6 categories you can complete using numbers. So a bit of strategy coming in here, and you're going to get a point for each of the completed categories. So a bit of a test of strategy and knowledge coming up here, Carl.
So, okay. Can I look at these categories now?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was just so you couldn't do any preparation, in advance.
Okay.
So I'll also send you pi, just so you know the numbers that you're working
Oh,
with.
I've written those down.
Oh, okay, good stuff. So, where would you like to go first, Carl? Which category and which number would you like to do?
I'm trying to think of what I've got the best chance to do 9 of. So if I pick one of these categories, I've got to name 9
Yes.
things, yeah.
Which is challenging because, for an example, the best picture, there's only 10. So,
Let's do it the other way. And let's go 1.
Yep.
Ang Lee directed movies.
Oh, come on. Okay, go on.
I can do this one, right?
Yep.
Life of Pi.
Done. Well done.
Yeah.
Carl, you could have done Sense and Sensibility, which we've talked about.
No idea. Yeah, no idea that was Ang Lee.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Was that Ang Lee?
Was
We
it
even
Ang Lee?
did the Ang Lee. You wouldn't like me with Ang Lee joke.
You've even repeated it. Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, no idea that was Ang Lee.
Yeah. Hulk.
No idea that was Ang Lee. No.
Some other ones that you won't have heard of.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, maybe I could. Was there a 2 in there? Is there a 2?
No.
2. I'm happy with 1.
Okay, you're happy with one.
Now,
Okay, where
there's
do you want to go next?
So there's another 1, isn't there?
There's another one.
Okay.
The other one. Which one are you least confident with?
2013 Best Picture nominees.
Yep.
Because hang on, was that this year? So I could go Life of Pi.
If you want to be a cheating bastard.
Yeah, I'll
yes.
go Life of Pi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know any of the others from that year, do you think? Around that time, Life of Pi?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, because we've spent so much time looking at these lists of Best Picture. They all bloody meld into one. No.
So there was Argo,
Yeah.
Amour, Beasts of the Southern Wild, Django Unchained, Les Miserables, Life of Pi, Lincoln, Silver Linings Playbook, and Zero Dark 30.
Great. Delighted with my decision to go for number 1 on that one.
So you've got a 3, you've got a 4, a 5, and a 9.
Okay.
No easy choices now, Carl.
No, I know. We're going to end up with a 9, like words that rhyme with life, and that's going to be really. It's going to be one of those where your brain just freezes. It's like I'm already trying to mentally just try sneak a bit of preparation in, and I can't do it. Like, right, let's go. Movies with a tiger in the film or title.
Number?
I think I'm gonna have to do 4. No, let's do 3.
3? Okay.
Oh,
So they can be just a tiger in the
can
film.
I do 4? Can I do 4?
You can do 4. Yeah.
Tigerland.
Yep.
That's
That's 1.
Life of Pi.
Yep.
Bit of a recurring thing.
Yes, you basically chose Life of Pi for 3 of the 3.
Scarface.
Okay, yeah.
Biter a Tiger.
Mhm.
Yeah. So now I only need to find 1 more.
Yep.
So,
Gonna have to push you for an answer here, Carl.
well, that's not going to get you very far. I'll just take as long as I want and edit it out afterwards. Oh, what's the name of it? Bloody Donald Sutherland film.
I don't know. Just think of more, maybe. Different ones.
No, I really want this one because I think this one will annoy you. Yes, that's it. Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes.
Does Kelly's Hero have a tiger in it? Are you confident with that one?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, you pick the next one.
No, I want to see you fucking look this up.
Does Kelly's Tiger have a... That's a weird-
Kelly's Tiger? What are you talking about?
No? Is that what it's called?
Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Hero, sorry.
Yeah. If it was Kelly's
why-
Tiger,
that's
that would
why
be a
I
much
typed.
easier,
Yeah,
easier
it would.
question, wouldn't it?
Yes, it does. If it just Tiger tanks, is that what you're saying? Oh, you're such a bellend.
Because it's a beautiful tank.
Oh, such... Right, okay, fine. You got your 4 there. You could have had Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You could have had the Jungle Book, Kung Fu Panda, the Tigger movie,
I've not seen
Ice
that.
Age,
Not seen-
Gladiator,
Tigger movie,
Aladdin.
No, Gladiator, that would have been a good one.
Yeah. Codename Tiger, Tiger Cage, 1, 2, and 3.
I
Tiger
thought about
Claws,
it. I
1,
probably
2.
could have done 9 with that if I thought about it. But
Well, yeah. Well, we
There we
didn't have time.
I've done. No, we don't. I've done 4. That's fine.
That's 4. So you got
So
5,
I've got 3, 5, and 9
9
left.
Yep.
3, 5, and 9 left. So, Rave Small Movies 3 or 5. So I could do 5 films set on water.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, okay. Let's do 3 Rave Small
3
movies.
Race 4. Go on them.
Life of Pi.
For fuck's sake. Yes.
What do you mean for fuck's sake? The Big Short,
Yes.
obviously. We can do Jurassic World's Fallen Kingdom.
Yes. Well done. That is 3. You also could have had Men in Black International.
Not seen it.
Never heard of it. Swallows and Amazons.
Not seen
The
it.
World's End. Prometheus.
Oh, The World's End. Yeah.
One Day. Hot Fuzz.
Not seen
A
it.
Good
Oh, yeah,
Year,
Hot Fuzz.
Shaun of the Dead.
Fuck off down the bottom edge. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 5 and 9 for words that rhyme with life and movies set on water.
Let's have a go. So let's do.
You're doing 9 for
No. Let's do 5
words
that
rhyme
with
with
life.
Go on then.
Well, Strife,
Yeah.
as you've
Well done.
already said.
Yeah.
Can I have Fife?
Sure.
Knife.
Yes.
2
more to go.
Are there 5? Is this a?
There's at least 2 that you are actual words before we get a little bit like.
Oh,
right.
Wife. There you go.
Wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
so-
you. I'm really glad we didn't do 9. I mean, as long as this has been, Jesus.
I could only come up with 7, and that was with Google.
Pife's not a word.
There, but you're getting close. 2 letters away from a word.
What? Mife's not a word.
The other way. Up.
Up.
Yeah, what comes
Rife.
There
For
we
fuck's
go.
sake. These
As
were
I said,
the
they're
rife.
everywhere. They're everywhere they are.
Oh, right.
Oh, I mean, I'm not even sure I'm giving you a point for that. That
No,
took
it
too long.
barely counts.
Yeah. All right, that means you've got to do 9 films based on
Okay.
water.
Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea 2. Deep Blue Sea 3.
Wait, they are not
Yep.
on water.
Yeah, they are. All of them
They're
are on
actually
floating
underwater.
structure. No, they're all on floating structures. The point of Deep Blue Sea is that they're on this bloody
Right.
this
Deep
rig on
Blue
the...
Sea, the well-known Deep Blue Sea trilogy, rather than the one film that anyone's actually seen.
Absolutely, no, I don't know what's wrong with you. Right, okay, easy work. I mean, Waterworld, obviously.
Yes, well done.
Look, if Waterworld is well,
That's on
no,
water. It's literally on water.
Yeah, okay. Right, Titanic.
Yes.
See, you won't let me have the enemy below then.
I mean, the clue's in the title there.
Well, the enemy's below, but they're not. Where we spend most of the time. Right, okay, never mind. The Poseidon Adventure.
Yes.
The Poseidon Adventure 2010.
Yes.
Is it 2010?
Actually, it's not even called that. It's not called that.
It's just called the Poseidon Adventure.
No,
isn't it?
it's not.
Oh, it's called Poseidon.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
That's 6, I think.
I've only got to get 9.
Yeah, 3 more.
All right, well, there's fucking loads on boats, surely. Ghost Ship.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean, sure?
I've not heard of it, but yeah, sure.
With what's his name out of Miller's Crossing?
Go on.
You don't know what's his name out of Miller's Crossing?
What?
You know Miller's Crossing, though?
Sure.
Coen Brothers film.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? Unusual Suspects. Gabe Byrne. Is it Gabriel Byrne? Or is he the guy who presents the fucking Irish talk show?
I mean, Gabriel Byrne is a actor, yeah.
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne. There we
Yeah.
go.
I've still not heard of the film Ghost Ship, though.
Yeah, maybe Gabe Byrne is the camp Irish talk show host,
Maybe.
and Gabriel Byrne's the actor. But
Cool.
Gabriel Byrne.
All right.
Ghost Ship. You've not heard of Ghost
No,
Ship?
you need 2 more, though.
Ghost Rig.
Right.
Yeah, it's a film.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Carry on.
Quite a good
Need one
twist
more?
in that, but never mind.
Spoiled it now. 'Cause I can't watch the
Deepwater
film.
Horizon. Mark Wahlberg. Kurt Russell.
Is that what's called? Deepwater Horizon? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, Deepwater Horizon. Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah?
Of course it sounds right.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll add it that to make me sound better there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Deepwater Horizon. Yeah.
That's a shit name. I mean, I know it's the name of the thing.
Yeah, it's the name of the, like, what do you want?
Yeah. Okay, that's 9. Well done. You could have also had Master and Commander, Far Side of the World.
Yeah,
Pirates
yeah.
of the
I'd have got
Caribbean,
there.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
You could have had Captain Phillips, Perfect Storm,
Yeah.
All Is Lost,
Yeah.
Castaway,
All is lost, of course.
Fool's
yeah.
Gold.
Castaway, yeah. I mean, is Castaway really set on the water?
I mean,
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're questioning me over Deep Blue Sea and all that
yeah, it's
stuff,
an island. An island sits on water.
I mean, Fool's Gold as well. The fucking gold's underwater, mate. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well done, you.
I don't know.
I
think
you
that,
got that one.
I think
you
that
got 5.
category is ambiguous enough for me to have passed that.
All right.
I will give you that words that rhyme with life was an absolute
Okay,
car
so you got
crash.
5 out of the 6 categories. It only took you half an hour, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Which gives you a scoring category of great.
Nice, Tony Tiger. Yeah, I see what we've done there.
Okay, good stuff. Well done. That's the game.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to production, and I've still got half of this beer/lemonade to drink. No, you have not. No, you're an animal. We've covered this. But anyway, this is directed by Ang Lee, director of other films that you didn't know, apparently, that you have watched quite a few of, but you...
Have I, though?
I mean, you've definitely watched Sense and Sensibility.
Have I?
Yeah, because we talked about it on the...
Oh, was that
Oscars
the
thing.
really disappointing one?
Yeah, Kate Winslet and Alan Rickman
Just settled.
playing a stud.
Yes. Oh, yeah. God. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was his, like, Western break, I think. That was his
Right,
big break.
okay.
He's also done The Ice Storm, never heard of it. Ride with the Devil, never heard of it. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, check our feed.
Yeah.
Hulk, which you won't have seen because
No.
it's Marvel shite.
Yeah, well,
Brokeback Mountain.
No, not seen it.
Really? Oh, you should watch it. It's very good.
I'm sure it is, yeah.
Yeah, get that watched. Lust, Caution.
No, not seen it.
Sounds hot. Taking Woodstock. Never seen it. Billy Lynn's Long Half-Tone Walk. Another
No,
novel
not seen it,
novel adaptation. Blah, blah, blah. And Gemini Man.
Not seen it.
Will Smith. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, no. not
Will
really.
Smith fighting a younger version of himself.
Oh, okay. I've seen the movie poster, actually.
It was one of those in the run-up. It's like, oh, Ang Lee directing Will Smith in that. Oh, this sounds... And then it just didn't do anything. It wasn't very well received. I'd still quite fancy watching it, though.
Yeah.
It could be mindless action fun, potentially. But we'll see. Anyway, he was nominated and won Best Director for this. But more importantly, as I said, the second of his movies to appear on this list. How many directors have we had? That we've had 2 movies covered on the podcast. Can't be that many.
Well, that's a good question.
Scorsese, obviously, because we did like a Scorsese little run.
Yeah, we had 3, didn't we?
Yeah. Who else have we done that we've done multiple of? We've got, and this is interesting because I didn't like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and you don't like this one. So we've got
Yes, one apiece.
same director, one apiece. Can we find a third? Ooh, break the tie.
I can't. Well, no, probably not of Ang Lee. But I'm trying to think of what other directors that might have been prevalent on here. Actors, we've had a few recurring actors.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Fincher, I don't think we've had twice.
No.
Lerman, we haven't had twice.
No. We did Lyman, but just one.
Yeah. We're gonna have our second next week. Road to Perdition. Gonna have Sam Mendes.
We are, yeah.
His second one. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'll stop scrolling through, looking at potentially what we've done. As he says, he continues to scroll
just
through,
trying to just pull one out of the bag right now.
looking what we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've got another one apart from those.
Who
two.
did Blood Diamond?
That was what's his face, wasn't it? Vic.
Yeah, that came up the other
But
week.
it came up, but
This
not
week,
not talked about. But anyway, so Ang Lee in Rare Company.
Oh, Ron Howard.
Beautiful Mind and
Da Vinci
Angels.
Code.
Oh yeah, not Angels and
Yeah.
Demons.
So
Da
we
Vinci
will
Code. 3.
potentially do a
It'll
third.
be, oh no, Ron Howard on the same thing as Scorsese. That doesn't sit well, does it?
Yeah. Horses for courses.
Yeah. But anyway, production, Carl. You said you didn't have a right lot to talk
No,
about?
I didn't have loads. We've talked about my notes on zoos. Where do you stand? Zoos, where do you stand?
Did you notice the music at all?
No, not really.
Yeah, me neither. Like literally no notes. No notes for that. That's fine.
Yeah.
The looks, though, we've already kind of talked about that it's kind of got
I think
that
the-
aesthetic and style.
I think the looks are interesting, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say like bad or good one way or the other, right? But the looks are interesting. The flashbacks look kind of fake.
Oh, would you say so?
Yeah.
Like to the India
Yeah.
set ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean the bits where specifically he's talking about a flashback in the flashback. So when he's got like his memories of the uncle that taught him to swim and all that.
Oh
shit.
right, yeah. I think that's going for a particular style.
Yeah,
isn't
quite
it?
possibly.
Yeah. But like in the school and as he's kind of meeting his young love and
Yeah,
things
no,
like
that's
that
all.
and
Yeah,
going
I wouldn't
into
say
those.
that. I was just talking about those specific
Yeah.
flashbacks. A note I had. Not a lot of Indian head wobble.
A little bit though. There was
yeah.
a little bit.
But you know what? The little bit there was it the teacher? Or was it his mum?
His mum, I think it was the mum.
The little bit that was didn't feel very... I wondered if they were going like, if it was very directed, do you know what I
calm it
mean?
down.
Like, so basically don't do it, because Western audiences don't know what it is. And then, but I do want you to do it,
Yeah.
like here. The whole thing felt a bit like, I'm not sure, because I've watched quite a bit of... I mean, you've watched a lot of Bollywood, so actually I had a question is, how much does that appear in Bollywood, or is that something they sort of tend to not do?
It's weirdly...
Because it's a very natural
Yeah.
thing that they do, and it's completely... It means all sorts of things. It's very context dependent, and it just crops up in everyday life. But I wondered if when you're performing, it doesn't happen as much. You know what I mean? Like because we're on.
You're in acting mode.
Yeah, because I've watched a lot of travel TV, and you just see it all the time. But you don't see much of it here. And then when they did, I thought it was a bit awkward. So I was like, yeah. Do you think does it appear a lot in Bollywood then, or not? Yeah.
It's been a while since I've actually watched them.
Right.
So I went on a bit of a run with them, but it's quite a few years ago now. So I'm not sure I could say, but
yeah. And again, not really positive or negative one way or the other.
Just an observation.
Yeah. I mean, I've got my you like this, you love narration.
Love it.
You love narration. The CGI is kind of interesting, I think, in this because it isn't amazing.
No,
I don't think it's amazing.
What?
Because I think if you notice it, you're like, oh, well, then sort of almost by definition, it's sort of not.
You're talking about more like the on the sea and the.
See, I sort of didn't mind a lot of the sea stuff, especially when in the shipwreck thing.
Yeah, shipwreck thing was good.
But whether that was me going, oh yeah, that looks a lot like the sea, or whether that was me going, oh, I imagine watching this in the simulator that would do the job that it's out to do. I don't know. A lot of the stuff with the animals on the boat, because I know like there's a bit of a mixture of what is CGI and what's not. Yeah. It's one of those things I'm watching it, I'm going like, you can kind of see that's a bit maybe not natural. And I'm perhaps hypersensitive to this because I really dislike shit CGI when you can notice it and you go, well, why have you done that? Do something else.
But I think the tiger was very good though.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
So there was only a couple of bits where I think at
this
night...
isn't. By the way, qualify. This isn't shit CGI. I'm going to say this. I do think like. See, I feel like CGI got worse. By the way, and whether this is because
overused, that's the problem.
Yeah, it bursts on the scene, and then everybody goes, "Oh, we can use this loads." And I think that also coincides with, we can do it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as well.
It went from...
I feel like it gets worse, and maybe it's getting a bit better these days. I don't know.
It went from augmenting something to being able to create something you can't do in real life.
Yeah.
To, fuck it, let's just do it for everything because it's cheaper than just using real things.
So I feel like this is in this period, but this is like nowhere near the worst example of this period. But I'm sort of not sure on it.
I thought the CGI was very good. So obviously the animal CGI, there's the fantastical look to it, which I think that's kind of what it's going for, though.
And that's maybe deliberate.
Because they're like, for example, like on the mill pond of the sea with the stars reflecting in, and then you have like the bit with the jellyfish and the whale.
I thought the whale was a bit shit, I've got to say. I thought there were some good bits, but I did think the whale was a bit shit.
Yeah, I don't know, it kind of fits with the aesthetic of what he was going for, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
So I couldn't really point it out as a negative. I thought the tiger in particular was fantastic. I thought, I obviously did my research.
It was pretty good.
Looked at a real tiger, looked at the film.
Yeah, you did do that research.
Very similar. Yeah.
But orange, black, white on it as well.
Kind of line look. There was a couple of the night shots,
leg in all four corners, that sort of thing. Yeah. Usual tiger attributes.
Yeah, but there was a couple of the night shots where, because of how it was set, the CGI-ness, you could tell it was a CGI tiger rather than a real tiger a bit more. Like it became a bit more apparent. But they were really focusing on it as well. It wasn't just like tiger in the background or tiger moving thing. It was like full screen tiger, and that's where you kind of go like, there's something not quite right. I don't know. Practical effects. There were, obviously, I like reading the IMDb trivia, and one of them was just like, the Pi was never actually on a boat with a real tiger. He just
was he not?
Fucking right. I mean, you don't not.
Although again, we have done some films, haven't we, where we go, they really did that,
like
and you go, brilliant.
Like 2001, you're just like, they did just get the whatever it was to attack. Nice. But they did have some of it was obviously a mixture of real tigers and real animals and not, which you'd like. Use that where you can. Use it where it makes sense. I also thought, practical effects wise, making Pi look like someone who's been on the Pacific for 227 days, like he looks like gaunt and haggard and stuff. They did that effectively with the with the makeup and the rashes and things like that. You said vibrant as your word in your intro. That's a really good word that I didn't come up with, which is very applicable. Capturing the savagery of that storm, juxtaposed with the calm, eerie, quiet, sinking ship underwater and stuff, I thought was lovely. Many, we've talked about the out of this world shots, I think, where it looks unrealistic, but it's actually like, I imagine there are, if you were in the middle of the Pacific, pitch black darkness and it was quiet, you probably would get that weird reflection of the night sky as well, and the jellyfish and the whale, as I've already said. Flying fish, Carl.
Oh yes.
So this was the one point, and I've called this out before, I think, in Polar Express, where a film, and this was shown in 3D, this film, and the flying fish was the only part where I was like, oh, they've shot this specifically for it to be 3D, like just how it worked. And there was a couple of shots you're like, imagine in 3D, it would look like the fish was like flapping right in front of your face and things like that. And it doesn't sit right with me like that when you're not watching it in 3D. It feels weird because it's not naturally shot. Like it wouldn't naturally be shot like that if it was 2D, and it feels weird.
Well, I'll say this: I disagreed with you in the Polar Express. I thought that was a very well choreographed
With the
scene.
floating ticket
And the bird. I thought it was brilliant. My beef with the flying fish actually was simply that the volume of them and them were all jumping, sort of the silliness of them jumping into the boat. I don't really have a problem with how they put them on screen. Besides that, it's not something that leapt out to me. Yeah, very good. You ever seen flying fish?
No.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, is that a realistic depiction of how they fly?
I've been fortunate enough to see them twice, and then sort of Googled afterwards and realised how rare that is. And I think the first time they were pretty perpendicular to the boat. No, parallel to the boat. Yeah. I've corrected myself, which is kind of silly because what I'm going to say next is, whereas the other time they were perpendicular to the boat.
Oh.
Yeah. But the first time they were sort of parallel to the boat, and they're like these skipping stones, and that was the one where you could see them up close, and they'd sort of leap out of the water, and obviously the fins are going crazy, and you're just like, oh my god, they're flying fish. So like how they looked and the stuff they did with them, I thought was good. My beef was, but there's just loads of them, and obviously it becomes pretty apparent after that it's almost like he's caught a break in terms of the ocean's giving him food or whatever. Yeah. It doesn't. So yeah, whatever. No, I didn't.
Did you notice in that scene that the aspect ratio changed?
Nope.
So I did actually spot this, and I was like, I wrote in my notes, why?
Why
did it do it?
Yeah.
And I looked up. So there's actually two scenes. I didn't notice in one of them. So there was a 2 to 35 to 1 for the flying fish scene. And that was essentially to enhance the visual depth between the flying fish and the ocean. So Ang Lee said that the scope was the only way to see this flying fish scene, and with the black areas at the bottom of the frame, I could pull fish out of there. All right.
It's not 2 to 35 to 1. It's 2.35 to 1.
Definitely says 2.35.1.
No, it says 2.35.
Oh, no, it does.
Colon
to be fair,
1.
In the upper part, it says 2:35, and then lower down it says 2.
Because it's 2.35 to 1, which is actually 16 by 9, which is a format everybody is familiar with. For some reason,
Why
at some
would
point,
it do that then?
because at some point we had 4 to 3, and then we had 16 to 9, and at some point they decided to normalise them all to 1.
Well, that's stupid.
And this is the thing, because no one's actually familiar with what that means, whereas everybody knows, well, my TV used to be 4 to 3.
Yeah.
And then we got TVs that were 16 to 9. And they know what that means, but what they don't know is 16 to 9 is the same as 2.35 to 1.
Which is the same as?
There's widescreens. 2.35 to 1 is the same as 16 to 9.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it goes widescreen. And what was the other aspect ratio?
4 to 3.
Yeah, so it goes from your traditional boxy old CRT TV to widescreen.
And that was used as an homage to the cover of the book. So it's the exact image of the cover of the book with the tiger in the boat with fish around, and then they added in a whale shark as well. So yeah, well there you go. I sound like a complete twat then, so that's good. Thank you.
I mean, don't worry about it. It happens all the time.
Not a lie. Screenplay, script, whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Dialogue side of things.
Yeah.
It's obviously not huge on dialogue.
Yeah, it's not
because
big, yeah.
that's not really what it's all about.
Yeah, totally.
There's a lot of the voiceover side of things, which I think he delivers quite nicely. I quite like him for doing that. It's obviously based on the book by Jan Martel, as we've already said. nothing much else to
Yeah,
say.
fine. I don't know what it's like in the book, but I don't know what else you would have done, like dialogue-wise. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, would the film I want to be, would it have a few extra lines? Oh, Richard Parker, please don't eat my mother. Oh, she's so tasty, though.
I'm so glad you did the accent.
Yeah? Oh, you got to do the accent, haven't you?
Yeah.
Put that out.
My problem is it goes Welsh very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Length, Carl.
Giggity.
How do you like this length? 2 hours 7, exactly the same length as previous week's film, Sideways.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
It's a touch long. I wouldn't highlight it as a major problem. My thing is all on they wasted time that I thought was very boring doing stuff that doesn't matter, and they left stuff out there that they probably could have explored more. But length as a standalone thing, yeah, whatever, it's fine, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think I always like to talk about the pacing at the same time as talking about the length, because I think sometimes if it feels long, it generally means there's more draggy parts to it.
Well, the thing is, you know, if the length isn't up to snuff, can you make up for that with good pacing?
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that where we're going?
Yeah. Exactly. And I thought, pacing-wise...
And if the length is really, really good, you could probably undermine that with terrible pacing. No, but you could probably undermine that with terrible pacing. If it's over in a second, who cares how long it is, eh?
Indeed.
Yeah? No? How about that?
It's all there.
Yeah.
As you'd say. Budget-wise, 120 mil for the budget.
Yeah, quite a lot. That one,
You'd imagine, because there's a lot, obviously, of the CGI work,
but that's
and
supposed
also
to be cheap
in a big tank as well for a lot of it.
Yeah, I suppose anything practical they were going to do was going to cost a lot of money. Yeah,
but it made 609 million gross worldwide, so it did all right. Did all right. You got anything else on production?
No.
One, did you know that in the same year this came out, the actor who plays the adult Pi is in another film with a character called Richard Parker?
Is this Jurassic World?
No, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, is he?
He is in that. Richard Parker is his dad, Peter Parker's dad. And I remember watching The Amazing Spider-Man at home with Emma on a repeat viewing, because I'd seen it at the cinema shortly after having seen Life of Pi, and I literally did the Leo thing.
Yeah.
Which was like, he said Richard Parker. He was in Life of Pi. He Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, let's move on to the cast. And it's a difficult one, this one. The leads. It's really only Suraj Singh as Piscine Patel, the young adult medium version, as we called him.
Yeah.
He's really the only lead, with maybe, I guess, Irfan Khan as the adult Pi. He's kind of prevalent throughout, I suppose. You could put him as kind of up there as well.
Yeah.
Suraj Singh, his film debut, only attended auditions originally to support his brother. Didn't want to spend all day there, but he's like, oh, fine, I'll go. Managed to beat out like thousands of people to do that. I thought he was excellent.
I thought it was good, yeah.
I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
Considering he would have been acting against nothing for large portions of this film, I thought he was like utterly sort of convincing. So yeah.
I've got him down as Suraj Sharma here.
Oh. Wow, someone's done a racism.
Is it you?
Oh, I really hope not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know fully how names work in that neck of the woods, to be honest with you. But Wikipedia does have him as Suraj Sharma. Suraj Sharma.
Well, write in, people, and let us know.
IMDb has him as Suraj Sharma.
Shit. Well, that's me then.
Yeah, where have you got to sing from, Si?
Don't know, mate. That's weird, isn't it? That is a weird one. Why did I write Sing? There's not even another actor that's called Sing. There's not a character that's called Sing.
No. Just a lot of Indians that are called Sing. That's what we're saying now.
That is quite honestly disgraceful, what I've done there. I have to apologise to the whole of India.
No, it's good though. It's good to get a bit of classic Movie the Needle content in there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually quite devastated by that one though.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
so he was good, but what about Suraj Sharma?
He was shit. Yeah. No, yeah, Suraj Sharma. I'm just going to call him Suraj.
Yeah, nice.
Well,
yeah,
Suraj Sharma. I'm just going to correct that. So if anyone checks my notes,
that's what he'd have on the back of his cricket jersey if he was playing. Wouldn't it be Suraj?
What, Sing?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be Sing.
No, just joking. Yeah, he was good. Sorry. Irfan Khan as Adult Pi.
I like Irfan Khan. He's very affable, but he's a poor part.
He's also dead.
Yeah, he is.
Died at 53.
Yeah.
It's no age. No age, Carl.
It's no age.
No age. Yeah, I don't know. So there's parts of this where I thought he gets, well, there's a couple of parts where he gets to deliver a nice little monologue and stuff to camera, and he gets to show the emotion. He gets the single tears going down, and like he has a little bit of meat to do, but he's largely describing the more exciting part a lot of the time. So I do get that.
Basically, he's got a nice voice.
He does have a very nice voice.
And that's his main influence on this film is to have a nice voice.
Yeah, but I don't know, he has that like knowing glint in his eye whenever he's talking to the writer that he kind of knows something that the writer doesn't. You're waving there about the flies. You've just turned the light on by doing that, so you've actually attracted more flies. Just to be clear.
What are you talking about? Went weirdly off track there.
Just see that like in the corner of my eye, Carl doing like the signal from
what it is
Team America.
Simon's made us do this with the door open because it's fucking boiling hot, and the fiery ball is weighing heavy in the sky.
Yep.
League of Gentlemen joke for you there.
Oh, if you say so.
And we're reaching the point now where beasties are going, oh, let's come over here where that lovely little light is.
Yeah, we should really turn the lights off, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Just do it in the dark.
Yeah.
Podcast in the dark. Yeah. You got anything more on Irfan?
No.
I mean, he had that great monologue delivered at the end, which ends with, like, I suppose in the end, the whole of life becomes an act of letting go. But what always hurts the most is not taking a moment to say goodbye. And I think it's a nice sentiment that rings true.
Okay. doesn't belong in this film, but all right.
But it does. Oh, but it does. On reflection. Right. Rafe Spall?
Fine.
Right.
Again, it's a really shit part.
Yeah, he didn't have much to do. Originally cast as Tobey Maguire.
I mean, would have been fine.
Would have been fine, but realised that he was too famous, really, for such a part that would have been weird and probably distracting. Which, I don't know. I don't know if it would have been distracting, but...
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Anyone else want to call out from the supporting cast? Gerard Depardieu?
Yeah, I mean, I have recast him. He played a scumbag very, very well.
Good hyena, isn't he? He's a good hyena.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not the hyena. This comes back to one of my beefs with the film. He's not the hyena. Gerard Depardieu does not impress on the hyena at all, because the hyena is the hyena, and then any implication that Gerard Depardieu might have been the hyena is just dropped in afterwards and doesn't influence the hyena's depiction on screen at all.
On reflection, though, do you think he was a bit of a hyena,
though? Well, I mean, sure, yeah, if you want, yeah. He's just horrible, isn't he?
Yeah. Little hyening bastard.
Hyening.
Okay. I've just created some sort of verb. Adil Hussain and Taboo as Santosh and Geeta Patel, mum and dad. Good parents. I thought they were good parents.
Yeah, fine.
Well cast as parents.
Again, I've recast them, but
really,
I'll say like nobody's bad in this film, like from an acting point of view. It is, as you've already said, mostly on Suraj Singh, and then as I corrected you, it's actually on Suraj Sharma.
Yeah, I mean, Suraj Singh didn't last a day; he was sacked.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's what it is. I'll add that to IMDb trivia.
Yes. Oh, you should add some.
Should do that.
Yeah, some dodgy stuff. And he is very good. The rest of them, yeah, they're fine. They're serving the thing. My problems are all on the character side, really.
So you talked about recasting, Carl. So I've basically gone like, I don't want to go near the recasting.
I thought this would be your thing. You've the Bollywood connoisseur,
right? So I know like a couple of, but that would literally be what I'd be doing. I'd be going like, oh, you have Indian heritage or are Indian, you can get recast as this. Not because you're particularly suited to the role, just because I know like 6 Indian actors. So like I could have gone Dev Patel, I could have gone Naveen Andrews.
Dev Patel was too young.
Yeah. But I could have gone Amir Khan, who's like one of the major sort of Bollywood guys. But like, I don't know if they'd actually fit these roles.
Okay, look, there's no reason that this has to be an Indian-centric story. Now, a lesser man would have resisted the urge to whitewash this in recasting.
But not you, Carl.
But you know what? Fuck it. That's Hollywood's problem, not mine. It's not my problem that they won't cast minorities for minority stories. So I've recast the fucker.
Oh, okay, go on then. Hit me with your whitewashing.
So I've got Pi Patel as an adult, obviously. I've got his mum, I've got his dad, and I've got the cook. Right?
Okay. So let's start at the top.
Pi Patel as an adult.
Adult Pi Patel, yeah.
Mahershala Ali.
Oh, I was going to say, wouldn't it be brilliant if they had the child played by an Indian actor and then the adult
Played by a white guy.
Yes.
No, so I've not really whitewashed it. But I mean, look, seriously,
Charlie, yeah.
I stand by both of the things I said. It's not my problem. Fucking Hollywood's the way it is, and also I don't think this has to be an Indian-centric story. So yeah, Mahershala Ali. I mean, he would be in the same way as Irfan Khan is really affable, and actually, I think Mahershala Ali might be a bit better suited to the film I wish this was. I think he'd be really good as the adult, welcoming the author into his home as he regales him with this story, and then at times he's obviously going to get a little bit dark. Pi's mother, Angela Bassett, she's hot property at the moment, isn't she?
Angela Bassett, yeah.
Like that. Pi's father, Forrest Whitaker.
Ooh.
Forrest Whitaker's got a bit of the...
I've not really seen Forrest Whitaker play the dad.
He's got a bit of the mean dad about him. Yes.
Have you seen him play it?
I've seen him play it in a really bad film, a sort of a survival film. I can't remember the name of it now. And he ends up going across the country trying to survive with a prospective son-in-law, basically, playing the protective dad. But he's just generally got that authoritative nature about him. And he ain't going to take no shit. Fierce family man vibe coming from him. I like Forrest Whitaker. The cook.
Yep.
Get me another French scumbag. It's Vincent Cassel.
Yeah, sure. He can do it.
Yeah. So there you
What
go.
about the tiger? Tony?
Richard Parker. Well, the tiger, you wouldn't. It's what do you call it again? Isn't it?
Frosty's tiger. That would be amazing, no?
It's whoever you cast as the young person in it.
What?
Whoever you cast as Pi young.
You're right. Okay. Because they are. He is the tiger. All right. Let's move on to any changes. So a section where each of us comes up with up to 3 changes. How many do you have, Carl?
3.
Oh, I just got the 2. So you go with your first one first.
These all relate to the overall structure and tone of this film. And kind of split them into beginning, middle, and end. So, beginning. Get rid of the writer part entirely. Not needed.
How would you structure it?
It doesn't advance the story, right? The writer part. It doesn't add anything. It's just there as a device, partly a device to give us a narrator.
Yeah.
Right. But really, the only thing it introduces from a plot point of view is a way for us to get to know this character, to like him. Because that's the only stakes in this film. Because we know he survives, because he's there telling the story. And then the way the film is, as is, there's no jeopardy in terms of, is something bad going to happen? Is he going to be tried for his crime? Are you going to do this? It skips over all that. So, yeah, the writer thing adds nothing. This film should start at the shipwreck. That should be the first scene in the film. Sit down, shipwreck, all straight in.
Right. I think but you would have the trouble with that you wouldn't have a connection to a character when that happened.
I'll get to that.
Okay, fine. So my first one is obviously Suraj Singh, who is a cricketer, which is probably why I put Suraj Singh, should be cast as the main guy.
Are you saying they're all the same?
No, just that name, and England have been playing India in the cricket, so it's probably just something that's been coming up.
Not when we're recording this, mate. I don't know what you're talking about.
Last week.
Nobody knows when we record this.
Yeah, fair point. Probably is cricket coming on.
Yeah. And probably, it'll still be on by the time this drops, won't it?
Yeah, I'll be going. Old Trafford.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's my first.
Okay. Right, middle, which isn't really the middle as is, because of the way the middle is so bloated and occupies 90% of the entire film. The reveal is really, really rushed and doesn't hit as it should. He told a very, very long story, and then he told another story in about 30 seconds. Now, I'm not saying that, we need to see the second story, right? But it needs to be more important. So you can keep the whimsical story that you do first, which is where I think this film should open, right? We should get straight into telling that adventure, Lost at Sea, and the way he tells it with the animals and all the rest of it. We can see all that. That's fine. I'm there for that adventure if that's what you want to do. We can have a triumphant scene when he's rescued. But what needs to come up massively in the mix is the Japanese investigator segments, right? We need to see that be a very weighty, very traumatic experience and introduce some jeopardy as he slowly reveals what actually went on. He might go to jail, he might get the death penalty. He has to relive all these moments where he kills the fucking guy and then eats his tucks into his mum.
You've created quite a different film.
There's a potential for some really powerful stuff, as he's sort of breaking down and having to deal with those issues.
Yeah.
But we actually then get a proper exploration of these issues rather than what we've got here, which is a piss week. But by the way, this is what actually happened. But does it matter? Because it's all the same, right? There we go. So yeah, I think this film can really explore those issues, and from a completely secular point of view as well. By the way, they don't need to touch religion at all because religion does not dictate morality and ethics and all the rest of it. We can see this from a literal court of law point of view. And would we do anything different? Is that really justice if he serves some sort of time for this? Brilliant. As it is, it's piss week.
All right, okay. So you want to entirely change the movie?
Well, again, everything I've read about how this compares to the book is the book is concerning it with those questions. And my entire contention is this movie does not.
No, that's fair.
So
it doesn't.
So whether I'm not saying that the book, therefore, having not read it, I'm not saying that the book is going as deep as I want it to go, but it needs to do a lot more than it does.
Fair enough. I have a problem with the Carnivorous Island.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it goes too far, right? So we said it's like a fantastical thing. I think it goes too far with the whole island eating things part. It's just like in the shape of some sort of god or whatever as well. It's just like it took it from like, well, it's very fantastical, semi-believable to just like, like took me out of it a bit, and I don't really see what it added. It was kind of used as like a driver to his savior. That's what I'm trying to say. His when you're saved. What's the fuck's that called?
Rescued.
No. So anyway, for him getting off the island and surviving and coming up. And I don't really know why. I didn't really understand why finding the tooth was the thing that like drove him to then get back on and get to it.
Yeah. And
it didn't really make sense to me, and it kind of took me out of the thing, and it seemed unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My ending. This is where I think I'm coming on to what you said. If we chop if the film starts at the shipwreck, yeah, but then you lose the connection with the character. First of all, it's not real, Simon. Right? What do I care what happens to this made-up character? Right? It's not important. What matters is I can relate to what he does and who he is fundamentally. Right? And I don't need to like have a fluffy backstory to tell me what an affable chap he is in later life. Instead, I can look at what he's done and what he's been through and put myself in that position and what would I have done and what's fair here and what's not, right? So in the same way that I don't need the start, I don't need the end either. Do not show what happens to Pi. I don't care. I definitely don't want to see him in his kitchen chatting to a down on his luck writer that's looking for a big story. The investigators leave and that's that.
So you want that to be the narrative thing, is the investigation that's driving the
If
narrative.
you want the audience to ponder those deep and meaningful questions, let them do that. Don't have a resolution on hand, which is like, but we got to the same place, and I obviously did get away with all the bad things I did and all the rest of it. Like, it's not important. You need to be left alone with those questions to go, is he going to get away with it? Should he get away with it? And whether he does in the film is not the point. The point is that you're thinking about the questions. So, yeah.
What I want, this is like a third change. I didn't write this down, but what I think would have been great is that this essentially transforms into the tiger who came to tea, and just as he's in his kitchen, turns into a tiger, mauls the writer.
Yeah, I always did like the taste of human flesh.
Yes. What a twist that would have been.
Yeah. That is a twist.
Okay, this is why you're wrong. So, our closing statement from each of us. Carl, do you want to go first, or do you want to go
I'll
second?
go first. Let's get it out of the way.
Go for it.
I do think this is perfectly fine to enjoy as a stylistic experience. I don't. But, no beef with anyone who does, whatever. I think that's what Ang Lee's going for. Masses of CGI sort of aren't for me, but they're nowhere near the worst sort of thing. I'm sure seeing it in the cinema is a hell of a lot better. Whatever. I disagree that there's anything deep going on here. And I think if you insist that there is, I'm just going to say, for me, it's really badly done. It's really piss weak. Again, I come back to, I haven't read the book, but everything I've read says that the book leans more heavily into that, and the balance is different here. And I think that's intentional. But I don't enjoy it the way I think Ang Lee meant it to be enjoyed. And it's not good the way I wish it was presented.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think you raise excellent points. And I don't think you're wrong in what you're saying. And equally, I did enjoy it from exactly that perspective.
Of course you did, Mr. Style of the Substance. It's right in your ballpark.
But I whereas you didn't, I quite enjoyed the putting the thing at the end to just make you rethink everything that you've seen before. So you're not doing it during the film, but it's a reflective piece, and that's just thrown at the end there to do it. However, the points that you've raised about how this film could have been different, and obviously you got to take away the source material here because it would depart too far from the source material for it to even be approved and done. But to do it through that perspective of having it driven through the investigation and then getting that more human story of right versus wrong and the situation and all of that. Actually, I'd watch that film. That sounds pretty good as well. So, maybe there's an alternative version of this completely, which departs completely from the source material, and you can still create a different but also a good film in different ways. I thought it'd be quite interesting.
The problem is you don't need to go as dark as I.
No, I'm going darker.
Yeah, but the problem is I think when you frame those questions through religion, it gets it's hokey bullshit at that point, because you just go like, you're not being serious. Because if you seriously ask those questions, you're going to pull at the very threads of religion.
Yes,
and it's going to fall apart.
Yes,
you can have that examination of morality and ethics and even fate from an entirely secular point of view. That's a really interesting film to me, and one I could really relate to. And this didn't love the ride. Don't find any serious points here worthy of discussion.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've technically already moved my needle because I really liked this film when I first watched it. I brought it down to a like for the thing.
It's interesting, though. Do you think that's the cinema thing?
Yeah, I think potentially. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was very much watching it on the big screen. But I did enjoy watching it again.
Yeah.
And whilst I don't think you're wrong, I still do.
Yeah, sure.
And similar for you, Carl. What are you still on the?
It's just not my thing, mate. Yeah.
So no needles have been moved today.
It's one of those where, I sort of don't think less of you for still liking it.
Oh, good. There's a few.
Yeah, oh, God, it's really testing time for what I think of you.
I've talked about the zoo, the wildlife park. Came up with a great idea for a horror movie.
Go on.
Right. So there's a little a little wallaby section. Right. And the person we were with, we were pushing him in a wheelchair because he's done his knee in and stuff, and he cut his leg. It started bleeding. I was like, oh, yeah, a zombie wallaby film. I can get on with this.
Yeah.
Where like
they look cute, but
vampire wallabies, kind of thing. That
when they're gnawing your fucking calf off. Yeah.
And you got like the guy in a wheelchair who's just got stumps left because he's had legs gnawed off by these wallabies. Yeah, and be like, there's something there. Like your wallaby anywhere else. There's taglines here. Hop in. Something there's stuff here. I came up with it at the time. I can't remember, but I'm going to explore it. I'm going to write a script. We'll get it out there.
You're going to write a script?
No, in no way am I ever going to write a script. But I think it's got legs.
Just do what they did with Cocaine Bear.
Yeah,
pick another drug. What do you fancy?
Yeah.
Methamphetamine wallabies. Oh, they're spaced out. Does that one work? I don't know. They've got bad teeth. Maybe not.
Yeah. But yeah, hey, I think horror is, I'm going to upset people, the easiest thing to write. Surely. Surely.
Listen, that's how Blumhouse Productions changes it. Approaches it, sorry.
Yeah.
Why should you be any different?
Anyway, Carl, you got anything else?
Nope.
Cool. Right. Well, that's all we've got. If we move the needle for you this week, or even if we didn't, please do rate us, follow, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review wherever you are listening. It really does shipwreck the algorithm. Let's get out there to a larger, less seasick audience. Our Bluesky, Instagram, and Twitter is MTN MoviePod. Our YouTube channel is at Movie the Needle. You can also find our page on Facebook and some occasional TikToks at movie.the.needle. All details are in the show description, so please do follow, comment wherever you are. And also, if you're interested in commissioning the script for the Wallaby horror movie, it's hello@mtnpod.com. Thank you. So for me and Carl, that is goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm off to convert to every religion to take advantage of this holiday loophole that Life of Pi has opened my eyes to. Finally, religion is good for something. Join us next week as we will discuss Ang Lee's Life of Pi. No, actually, that's not right. We are going to be doing our first ever Mash Flicks and Chill episode with special guest Adam Richmond. Join us next week. Goodbye.